Hey guys, Tyler here. Going for a ride today. Man, I love when it snows. One of my favorite times to ride. We got the Hero 7 Black only today. We're up on the hill. I got some gear with me to do I'm gonna test out some new camera gear I got, but I want to go for a quick ride first. So we are bundled up. I got the gloves on, boy. It is cold and it is snowing here in Ohio. I love it. Let's go for a ride. Best thing about having the newer four-wheelers, man, is fuel injection. I love not having to wait no cars. I'm good to go. Put some gas in it. I didn't notice that. So this might be a shorter trip than what I was thinking. Somebody else has been up here riding earlier. Huh. Locally, I can get a Honda 1000R, so 1000, 5-seater, so I can take my kids in the back with the roll cage. It has differential lock, loaded out, I mean that's with a roof, for $13,800. Mind-blowing. So, and you get Honda reliability. It's not the sportiest one, and I'd really like, I mean, if I had it my way, I'd have a Maverick X3, but unfortunately, as much as I want to play with it, I gotta be able to, I do work with every piece of equipment I have. So, if it doesn't do no work, it ain't no good to me. So, I gotta be able to work with it. That's not the work I need plus, a 1000, it's 21. And, watching the videos, the ease to work on them is next level. I mean, just easy to work on, good design. So, I think this year's time between getting a fun car and a side-by-side, those are still where we're at here, so might be, front car might still win, but man, a side-by-side would be handy. Got enough gas to do a loop here. I'm running off fumes there. Let's see here, and we'll check that around. After I left. Bye guys. Oh yeah, where's it at? Alright boys. Well, I was hoping to ride a little bit more than that, but I'm an idiot, I didn't check the gas. I'm gonna set the camera up here and I'll get a time lapse. So if you don't see me after the time lapse, turn this off for a second. We'll have a quick chat before I end it. Last time I talked about, man, this thing's dirty too, giving me some hard times. We're at 2 years of ownership now. It still runs hard. Tires are holding up great. Brakes, not so great. Spark plugs, not so great. Coolant system, not so great after 2 years. We have, I want to say we still have under 1,000 miles on this, I think. 678 miles on it. So under 1,000 miles in 2 years of ownership. Issues we've had, let me pull this down a little bit. Issues we've had is the factory spark plug was done after about a year. I mean, done. And it's a pain in the ass to get to. So, not a huge deal. I guess you could classify that under maintenance, but I'd like to see a plug last longer than under 1,000 miles. I mean, 678 miles, I feel like plug should have been still going. Brakes, same situation. I know I ride my bike a little hard, so, but nothing harder than most your average people. So brakes shouldn't have needed replaced yet. That kind of made me mad. And they were, I'm not talking on the fence. I mean, they were almost metal to metal when I got them off there. So they had to go. Cooling system. So I don't know if you can see, there's a little reservoir tank right here, right? The tank never cracked, but the line coming up right there, it formed a leak right underneath the lid. So nothing hit it. So that's been replaced. Just little stuff, nothing major yet though. So I guess knock on wood, but enough that, I mean, I think when I bought this thing, it was right around 5, I think is what it was. And I just think for a new bike, I keep up on my oils. I mean, I ride it like a 4-wheeler. I don't flood it. I don't mud all too often with it. The mud you see on it's from hitting puddles along the trail or down by the barn, so it doesn't get slammed too hard like that. No belt replacements yet. That's held up pretty good. Clutch has been good. Throttle. And one thing that drives me insane is this. Look at this. This plastic, I'll fix it and then it'll fall off. I've put new clips on it. It's just like a bad design. It just pops off. It doesn't care how many times you do it. So 2 years of ownership, if I had to grade it from like on a A to F, I don't know, I'd say a B minus. Not an A. An A would be, I've ran it, I've beat on it, it runs like a son of a gun, no issues. I'd say a B is minor issues, but things like the brakes, I mean, that to replace the brakes on one of these, I mean, it's a few $100 if you do it right. I mean, you get good quality components, you're not buying aftermarket, it's a couple $100. I think to replace the tank was 50-ish. Spark plug was $6, but it's a pain in the ass to get to. Battery is about due. We're starting to get it now with the cold where the battery's not doing hot. So, you know, this and that after 2 years. Some of it's maintenance. I don't feel the brake should have been yet, and I don't feel the plug should have been yet. The bottle, I guess I could give it benefit of the doubt and say maybe I hit something, but on the top where it's feeding, I don't know. I don't buy that. If it was on the side or in the back where something could have kicked up and cracked it, I'd have said, yeah, my bad. But no, not on the top where the threads meet. I just, maybe a hard hit, maybe, but still, it should be, it's a four-wheeler. It's been good. I don't usually get rid of my stuff because I do run them, and I don't want to pass that burden on to somebody else. But, you know, in the same respect, I bought this to do some work and have some fun. So the fun part's where I'm looking for. Body panels, for the most part, hold up good, except for the one on the other side. This side doesn't do it. This side's nice and tight. Seats holding up good. You know, I've had kids on here, everything else, no rips in the seats. The stickers are about shot, but that's to be expected. The rack still sucks on the back of it. Can't do nothing about that. This comes loose all the time, so you can just take your hand and move it. So that's just tightening it up. That's not a great shindig. The cheap light bar I got has been absolutely amazing, so that's good. But 2 years of ownership, would I go buy another one? Yeah, I think we're missing some. We're missing a reflector here. Let's add that to the list. Would I buy another one? Yeah, I'd probably buy another one. If I had to go back and look at them now, the difference between the 450 and the 570 is roughly $700 now. It was not that cheap when I bought this. I'd go 570. Do I think this has enough power? Yeah, 45 miles an hour going through the woods and turns is plenty get up enough for me. I have no problems with hills. Four-wheel drive's been great. Low gear's been great. So is the 450 enough power? Yeah. But if you're looking at a brand new one and it's coming down to $700 or so, get the 570, seriously. Now, if you're looking at it and it's, I think at the time to get the 570, because I bought these when this style came out, I want to say it was $1,400 or $1,500, I think. And so I didn't. I didn't think I need the extra power, the electronic power steering, so no big deal. Would I buy it again? Yeah. Like I said, I'd probably buy it again. It's not a bad machine. It's a couple headaches, but nothing, no major breaks yet. So you could call those the factory replacement parts, I guess, on new stuff. Even on your new car, you have it. So upgrades on it? Probably not, guys. Probably no bully bars. Maybe the rear rack I might replace. But, and I'll tell you why, the side-by-side is going to happen. It's just been shopping. Like I said, I think the Honda is going to be the way to go for the side-by-side. It's just a workhorse, and I need a workhorse. And it's the 1000, man. I tell you what, the 1000 on their little area that I had, I was able to get it to 65. So, I don't know what more I want. It is a little wide, though. So most trails for the Honda 1000 5-seater, you're probably not going any big trails. So, all right, well, I'm going to shoot a little time lapse here, get this good view. I like the snow. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you have any questions, post them down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Gun content.